Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Down Channel. We're here downtown Las Vegas. This is the weekend of the F1 race down on the Strip. So wanted to, while it's really crowded and expensive down on the Strip for the race, I wanted to come down here downtown to Fremont Street and show you the goings-ons down here. The Fremont Street experience had a response, if you will, to the F1 race on the Strip, and that is a bunch of concerts here. This is what's called the Long Bar here, and you might be able to figure out why. All these TVs, these banks of TVs here is just one big, huge, long bar with TVs. It's really cool on a Sunday for football Sunday for sure. Probably not the same experience as Stadium Swim in front of Circa. However, this is at the D Hotel and Casino, D as in Delta, here on Fremont Street. And so they're hosting all of these different concerts down here this weekend on this Saturday evening. And you can see there's not really a whole lot of, I mean, I've seen it much more busy than this. Yeah, and a lot of these groups, I don't know. They had something called Echo, EKOH, as well as Vampire something. I don't even remember the rest of them, the rest of the name. And some other bands that I've never even heard of. The ones that they have had, that they do have down here that I've heard of, are going to be the, let's see, Plain White Tees. Ah, yes, this is one of the local streamers here. This is Joe, straight out of Vegas. I like to come down here and say hi to him. He likes hanging out here. He's a good guy. If you haven't checked him out, check out Straight Out of Vegas here on YouTube. He live streams from this spot right here at Wanna Taco, and he goes and broadcasts the concerts from that stage there, the 3rd Street stage, that is. And look at this is pretty empty for a Saturday night here. The concerts are all free, and of course you do have to pay to park. The lot that I usually park at doubled their parking rate, so ended up having to pay a little bit more than normal to come down here. So I'm sure some people are probably shied away from the events because of that, because they knew that it was going to be a money grab. But Plain White Tees, Neon Trees, Alice in Wonderland, Lunas, Bubba Sparks, those are some of the names that I do recognize that are down here this weekend. This guy's really, really good with all these artwork. These are all $50 a piece. I've asked him. And yeah, and then of course plus tips. I like the ones down on the Strip. He does the Bellagio really, really well. But he's a master of his craft. Yeah, and he's really, really good. I think he was down on the Strip at one point. But yeah, has moved on here to Fremont and gotten one of these kiosks. So he must be doing well in order to be able to have a permanent kiosk here stationed in downtown Las Vegas. It's kind of a real niche for him, right? I think that, it's going to be hard to find anything else. They brought these food trucks down here for the concerts in an attempt to lure people out. They got a taco truck over here. They've got a steak, cheesesteak, teriyaki, burgers, pizza, all sorts of stuff down here this weekend. That's typically not the case here on, that was Casino Center Boulevard we just crossed. We typically drive up Casino Center Boulevard when we do our drive-throughs here in downtown Las Vegas, but it's closed off because of the food trucks there this evening. As we come back here to Golden Nugget on the left, check out some of the kiosks, some of the wares, and then Binion's over here on our right. Former home of the Mint here in downtown Las Vegas. This used to be a two-way street down here, Fremont Street, until the early 90s when the city decided to close it off and make it this mall promenade for folks to walk around. There's some oxygen in case you're ever running out. They have some there for you. Reminds me of Spaceballs, the movie Spaceballs, every time I walk by there. And then you've got the Stage 46 over here outside of Golden Nugget. I have not been there, so I can't say anything about it. The Whiskey Liquor up there on the second floor. Actually, that's Stage 46 right there. And then you have Troy Liquor Bar up there on the second floor there at Golden Nugget. This is the First Street stage over here off to our right. They've got someone performing here. And that's Whiskey Liquor up there. Filter, but that's not until later this evening. That's at like 10 or something this evening. Whiskey Liquor right there with the rotating bar. It's said to be the only rotating bar in all of Las Vegas. And this huge screen hanging over it. That's the festival that they're having here, the Neon City Festival. And then the Circa. So it is said that the owner, his name is Derek Stevens, of the Circa, was the one that was the brainchild of this, launching this plan to have the concert series down here this weekend as an alternative for folks who aren't race fans. An alternative to the F1 race down on the Strip. And then you come back out over here and, yeah. So Filter's another band I recognize. Take My Picture, I think, is the song I recognize from them. From like the 90s or maybe the early, no, maybe it was the late 90s, yeah, I think. You can see the Circa bar here. This is the former Las Vegas club over here. Now the Circa. Circa's a 21 and older only casino, hotel. So families will need to go elsewhere. And then the Golden Gate over here, long-time mainstay down here on Fremont Street. I want to say thanks so very, very much for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe to us on YouTube and TikTok if you haven't already. Helps recommend us to other viewers on YouTube and TikTok. It also helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm. And the algorithm is what really helps carry the weight of your voice to other viewers. Also check out the shop section on our YouTube channel. Also have some awesome gear and merch available for you. Maybe something for yourself or your significant other. And this for the Main Street stage is not very crowded. The canopy overhead doing its thing to keep people excited. But yeah, the crowd is just not what it would be on a normal Saturday night down here. Free concert, yep. I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining with heartfelt thanks from all of us here at the Vegas Don Channel. And always remember here on the Vegas Don Channel, it's the journey. We'll see you next time, folks.